The Honor MagicPad 4 is a game-changing, unbelievably thin Android tablet that finally fixes the biggest mistake its predecessor made. And it might just blow your mind if you're tired of overpriced slabs that feel like holding a brick. All right, let's dive right in. If you're like me, a total tablet nerd who spends way too many late nights binge-watching shows or try to get actual work done on something that's not my laptop, the last Honor MagicPad left a sour taste. They swapped that gorgeous OLED for an LCD screen on the MagicPad 3, and honestly, it felt like a downgrade, no matter how slim they made it. I remember thinking, why mess with perfection? Well, Honor listened, or at least they course-corrected hard with the MagicPad 4. This thing is astonishingly thin at just 4.8 millimeters. Yeah, you heard that right. Thinner than the latest iPad Pro with the M5 chip, and even Samsung's Galaxy Tab S11 Ultra, which can easily cost you double, and it's light too, around 450 grams. So holding it one-handed in bed won't end in disaster like some chunkier tablets do. I've dropped it on my face during a late-night scroll session. No concussion, just pure relief. The unibody aluminum build feels premium, with a matte finish on a gray model that shrugs off fingerprints way better than glossy rivals. Colors are gray or white minimal branding, and that tiny camera bump barely protrudes. It's not flashy or unique in design. It's basically every modern tablet, but it looks sharp and feels solid. Speaking of cameras, the 13-megapixel rear one is fine for quick scans or snapping docs in good light, but don't expect miracles after dark. Your phone will still win there. The front 8-megapixel or 9-megapixel in some specs is tucked in the bezel for video calls, and it does facial unlock, but man, I wish they'd squeeze a fingerprint sensor. PIN for banking gets old fast. Now, the real star here, that OLED screen. Honor went back to OLED after the LCD detour, and wow, what a difference. 12.3 inches, 3000 by 1920 resolution, sharp enough that pixels disappear, and up to 165 Hz refresh rate for buttery smooth scrolling. Most of the time it's 120 Hz, but games can push the full 165. Colors pop, blacks are inky perfect, contrast is insane, and viewing angles are flawless. The aspect ratio feels great for movies too, not too square like some tablets. Brightness? Massive leap. HDR peaks at 2400 nits, so streaming something like that new Disney Plus sci-fi series in a bright room looks stunning. No more washed-out colors. Pair that with the 8-speaker setup, and audio is surprisingly dynamic for something this thin. Spatial upmixing works well. Clarity is on point. Just don't crank it expecting club-level bass. It's perfect for entertainment, though. Performance-wise, this is the first Honor tablet rocking the Snapdragon 8 Gen 5, Qualcomm's high-end chip that's plenty powerful. My review unit had 12 gigabytes RAM and 256 gigabyte storage. Up to 16 per 512 configs exist. And it flies. Multitasking 3 apps? Smooth. Demanding games like Rainbow Six Mobile or even Red Dead Redemption. They run great. High details were supported. No throttling that kills the fun. It warms up under load, but the cooling is impressive for such a slim body, never uncomfortable. Battery life impressed me too. 10,100 milliamp hours, so lasts several days of mixed use, heavy streaming, browsing, light gaming, and 66 watts charging is speedy for a tablet. You're not stuck babysitting it. Software runs macOS 10 on Android 16, with 7 years of updates promised, right up there with Samsung and Apple for longevity. That's huge in 2026 when you want something that lasts. But let's be real, the interface borrows heavily from Apple's glassy, liquid look. It's pretty, but it feels like Honor didn't try hard to stand out. Productivity features are solid. Floating dock, split screen, left or right in landscape, top or bottom in portrait, floating windows, even a desktop mode for scattering resizable apps. Hook up a mouse and keyboard, extend to an external monitor, not just mirror, and it's legitimately useful for work. Honor's AI stuff shines too, summarizing calls, organizing screenshots, polishing text, that magic portal sidebar for quick drag and drop between apps. The smart keyboard accessory, it grips physically, not magnetically, so attaching or removing is fiddly compared to Apple's or even Xiaomi's. Only 2 angles, no free tilt, no backlight on the keys would have nice travel, and sometimes the on-screen keyboard pops up annoyingly. It protects the screen when closed and feels decent with faux leather, but rivals feel slicker. No built-in trackpad either. Android still lags behind iPadOS for serious creative apps. Fewer pro-level video editors, music tools, etc. Those way better than it used to be. If you're deep into creation, iPad might still win. But for everyday productivity, entertainment, and value, this crushes it. In 2026, with the tablet market heating up, Samsung's Galaxy Tab S11 series, OnePlus Pad 3, Xiaomi's newer pads, the MagicPad 4 stands out as a fantastic entertainer that's surprisingly capable. It's not the absolute best for heavy creative work, and that keyboard could be better, but for the price, around 500 to 600 pounds in places it's sold, roughly $650 to $800 equivalent, you get flagship-level thinness, an OLED that makes everything look incredible, snappy performance, and killer battery. Is it still a good buy right now? Absolutely. Especially if you want an Android tablet that punches way above its weight for media and light productivity, without breaking the bank. If you're in the US, though, Honor doesn't officially sell here, so you need imports or gray market, which adds hassle and risk. In that case, something like the Samsung Galaxy Tab S11 or OnePlus Pad 3 might be easier grabs with similar, or better, software polish and wider app support. But if you can get your hands on the MagicPad 4, if one of those "why isn't everyone talking about this?" devices, thin, powerful, beautiful screen, Honor nailed a fix for their last-gen's flaw. If entertainment is your priority and you're okay with Android's quirks, this could be your new daily driver. What do you think? Would you pick this over a Samsung or iPad? Drop your thoughts below. Smash that like if you're team thin tablets, and subscribe for more honest reviews. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one.